Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
The University of Oregon and the University of Washington face off in the Pac-12 championship. Let's break it down.
If you are part of the 95% of our audience that is not subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move on into the Pac-12 championship game now. Yeah, so let's go ahead and break down the game. I mean, Oregon is heavy favorites in this, which is ironic because they, it was Washington that won the game, Week 7 matchup by a field goal. So,
yep.
But just Oregon's just been insane over the last 6 straight. So they've won 6 straight by double figures coming in after their loss in Seattle. Oregon's favored by 9.5 according to FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars Sportsbet. So,
well, this Oregon team is really, really good. Mm-hmm. They've currently got the number 15th ranked defense. They've only allowed 22 touchdowns this season. Washington comes in with the 93rd ranked defense. They've allowed 36 touchdowns this season. Interesting enough, though, the yards per play on both of these defense, the difference, from 15th to 93rd is pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
But Oregon at 15 is allowing 4.83 yards per play. Washington with the 93rd ranked defense is only allowing 5.48 yards per play.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is actually a pretty good mark with a 93rd ranked defense. Washington is very timely with their defensive stops. If you've watched any of these Washington Huskies, they are going to give up some plays. You're going to be able to move the ball. But I'll tell you what, you get down in the red zone and it seems like they stick you and make you kick it for 3. They're very efficient. Oregon has the number 12th and Washington has the number 28 in passing efficiency on defense. So both these teams are able to stop, the pass with their defenses. And then Oregon is number 35 and Washington is number 90 in time of possession. This is a very key stat for Washington going into this game.
Okay.
You've got to keep Bo Nix off of the field. If they've got a chance, they've got to try a little bit harder to control some of this time possession. The good news is when you have the ridiculous Washington offense that you have, you can score it just as fast as they can.
Right.
I mean, these guys throw some big time. I mean, they throw a lot of over the top routes. They're going to be looking to get Odunze out there and catching the football. Rome Odunze is probably my favorite receiver in all of college football. The dude is an absolute freak. If you can get it anywhere within 6 feet of him, he's coming down with it.
Nice.
He's just amazing.
Yeah, what I have on the rating here is I did research by points allowed.
Yeah.
For defensive rating, Oregon is ranked 7th in the country in points allowed at 15.9. Washington's ranked 47th with points allowed. And here's the kicker, it's 23 points. So, I mean, basically within an average of a touchdown between the two.
Yeah.
So what I see what I see from there is I think both of these teams are offensive juggernauts. I think these teams are going to, like right now, the over underline on this one is 66. I think you'd be insane not to take the over all day long on this game.
I would definitely take the over on 66 because I think there's going to be a ton of points scored. I don't know if either one of these teams, if there's any weakness in Oregon's defense, it's going to be in passing defense. Their rush defense is very stout, as we saw them, when they came here and stomped our youths. They're tough. They've got some good interior linemen. Their linebackers move through the gaps really well. But if there's any hole to poke in Oregon, and I'm not saying there is, it's definitely going to be their cornerbacks and their secondary. And that's advantage Washington because they've got wide receivers all over the field. They've got Polk. Again, they've got Odunze. And Michael Penix is going to try to throw it over top of your head.
Right.
And he likes putting 3 guys on one side and 1 guy on the other. And as long as you're in man coverage, he says, I think my guy's better than yours. And he's going to throw it right at him. And when Odunze comes down with it, and then they line it back up and they run the exact same play to the exact same guy, so they run that play 2 or 3 times right in a row. And they come back and they'll run the ball right up the middle because they know you're no one's zone coverage. So Washington they're very efficient. Caleb DeBoer has done a fantastic job moving this program into what they are today.
So who you got coming out of this one? I think it's going to be Oregon, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer than the spread of 9.5.
I actually really like Washington in this game. I don't know how they're not getting a little bit more respect, being that they haven't lost a football game yet this year.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why that's probably the case is simply because, well, if it wasn't for a pick 6, they wouldn't have beat, was it Arizona?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of one situation plays that they may not have won, but the fact is they did win.
Right. And it was against ASU, and there was also, and Stanford played them pretty well as well. So Oregon, who has won 6 straight by double figures, basically just stomping people, and then you got Washington
who's just kind of creeped by the last 7 games. Yeah,
had a couple wins that they just kind of got away with, which is, a win's still a win. I don't necessarily think that makes that big a difference. But right now, MGN has the top 3 most likely to win the national championship. Do you know who these are?
If I was guessing, if I was a betting man, okay, I would say it is Georgia, number 1, Michigan, number 2, Oregon, number 3.
Close. Michigan, number 1, Georgia, number 2, and Oregon, number 3. I think that's interesting. We'll see how that all shapes out and where it all ends. Let us know in the comments down below, folks. So what do you expect to see out of this Pac-12 championship game? The last one, as they say, for this conference. And it's a shame. We hate to see it go, especially how well it's been played for our Utes over the last, couple of seasons for sure. But so it should be fun. Let us know in the comments down below. Do you think the Oregon pulls it out? Do you think Washington pulls it out? Let us know what you think.
And let us know why. I want to hear it.
Exactly. Definitely let us know why. We love to hear that stuff. So let us know in the comments down below, folks. Again, a reminder, if you currently are not subscribed to the DNA Sports Recap YouTube channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you're liking what you see so far, hit that like button. If we get this video to 100 likes, we'll go ahead and give away a sweet DNA t-shirt.
Yep, absolutely. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it. Again, like Darren said, make sure you guys subscribe.
Should we talk about the live thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We're potentially thinking about filming this thing live.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Maybe here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start recording it live. We'll pick a time. You guys go ahead and tune in, and you can watch the show live, comment. We can do a little bit of interaction. Absolutely. Let us know what you guys think.
Absolutely. So once again, folks, my name is Darren. That is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.